I found out that it's one of Dave's rules that he doesn't like comics to talk about Jesus on the show. Which I find really weird. I mean, they pretend to be this hip, late-night talk show, when in actuality they're as mainstream as anything. And again, it doesn't matter what angle you take on the Jesus subject. That's what bugs me. Just because I'm a comic doesn't mean I'm treating it with disrespect.
Jesus in person?
Organized religion.
Ah.
But, you know, there's a lot, you know, for instance, let me just give you an example. See, what they do is they kowtow to a minority that's very vocal. Reasonable people don't write letters. Reasonable people have lives. Reasonable people know it's just a joke. Reasonable people know it's just TV. They know they can change the channel or they'll wait and something else will come on.
Sure.
See, reasonable people don't get it active. It's these minorities, these fundamentalists who are totally organized, and they are a minority, and who are the ones trying to set this agenda for America. And but come to find out, Dave, you know, I guess 14 million was his price. You know what I mean? Everyone has a price, they say.
Oh, man.
Luckily, I don't have any money, so it doesn't. I have no price.
But you know, the quality is there.
I got nothing but love of the art, man.
Well, you know, they run those commercials, you know, like that on the Letterman show because the people out there are programmed to eat that kind of stuff up. They're aimed right at that market.
Right. It's the 700 Club with Dave Letterman. Is that what you're saying?
Sure.
That's what it is. And Biff, the black guy, is his Ben Ketchum. Step and fetch it, Ben Ketchum.
Yes.
Pat Robertson's the man to watch.
Oh, he's great. What about that other fella, the guy from Dallas?
Tilton?
Yeah.
He's about to be history. Robertson's the one to watch because he, every night, gleefully plots out Armageddon to you. Like a kid explaining what he's going to get for Christmas to his other friends. And then, after Israel gets rid of the Palestinians, there's going to be nuclear war. God, Pat, I think you got a Woody, dude. You know what's funny about Pat when he ran for president, and I don't mean to, you're probably going, gee, Bill, why did I show?
Pat for president.
But the only state he won was Oklahoma in the primaries, which I find very perfect. Yeah. Actually, because Oklahoma looked at all the candidates and went, this fundamentalist, right-wing, Armageddon-preaching talk show host is the man who best represents us. And it is, you know, it's understandable when you realize that if the world does end, Oklahoma will remain virtually unchanged. So it's natural they would pick him.
That's a fact, man. You know, it just seems to make more sense now.
Yeah, everything makes sense if you just put on the right glasses.
Oh, I see. That's got to be the right glasses. I don't have any now. I should get some. I'll go talk to Jimmy Buffet. I like those rose-colored glasses.
The rose? Yeah. Me too, me too. I actually, you know, I'm very optimistic about everything, you know. Clinton, he's a failure.
That's nice and optimistic.
He's an idiot. No, it is optimistic because what you see is the enemy is the same, and you got to know the enemy. I knew he was a failure when he bombed Iraq with 22 cruise missiles for the alleged, here they are again, no proof, no evidence, assassination attempt against George Bush. We sent 22 cruise missiles in retaliation. I think that was a little overdone. We killed 6 innocent people. What we should have done, again a suggestion, is embarrassed the Iraqis. How? We should have assassinated Bush and said, that's how you do it, towelhead, don't mess with us. And you see, if Bush had died, there would have been no loss of innocent life at all. See, again, I can solve anything.
Man, you got it,
It's the glasses, dude.
It's got to be the glasses. To hell with the shoes. It's got to be the glasses.
The shoes got to be good for running after the glasses speak.
That's true.
I was kidding. They're job.
So tell me, Bill, how's non-smoking treating you?
Well, not too well.
Yeah, looks like you're having a good time there.
I won't light up in here, but the hook was deep. I went 9 months without them, and the hook is deep. They dropped this thing back in the water, and I just pulled me into the boat, weighed me. We got another one.
Well, they just wanted to clean you out a little bit so they'd have more room to store more nicotine in there.
Oops, I touched the mic.
Uh-oh.
Actually, I got this petition from the state of North Carolina that said, Bill, You're killing the economy. Could you light up? There's a statue of me in Raleigh, by the way.
I believe, I believe that.
It's an internal torch lit lighting my cigarette. Everyone bows to it when they walk by. I have this theory, actually it's a hope, that if that scenario is at all true when you die and you go to heaven and St. Peter meets you at the gate, I believe and hope the first thing he asks you is, you got a light? You mean y'all smoke here? Yeah, that's why it's heaven. These aren't clouds, this is cigarette smoke. Hell is non-smoking. You want to look at them for a minute? Okay. I can't believe what they do to their bodies. It smells like an ashtray. I don't want to smell their smoke while I'm trying to eat. God, how hellish. No kidding. Light up and come on in. Hendrix is on harp tonight. It's a hope that I have.
I've been wanting to see that band they've got up there. That's probably pretty hot.
Beethoven, Hendrix.
Man.
Vanilla Ice? No, he's not dead yet.
Yeah.
He ain't going there anyway, though.
Yeah, he'll be with those non-smokers, right?
That's right. Isn't it a coincidence? All cool people smoke. For instance, Bob Dylan, smoker. Frank Sinatra, smoker. Hendrix, smoker. Vanilla Ice, non-smoker.
David Koresh.
He smoked. Very harsh brand, too.
Yeah,
kills you in one day.
Yeah, very harsh.
Yeah, that Koresh thing, that's, you know, it's funny. Speaking of people being charred to death in their homes, this reminds me of a joke.
Fire.
No, I was over in Australia when the Australian debacle, the Branch Davidian compound burned, okay? And I was in Australia, and all the Australians were interested because there was a lot of Australian people in the compound. Anyway, they knew I was from Texas, so they would ask me, oh, Bill, isn't that guy so weird? Isn't he weird, that Koresh? And I was thinking, well, let me think. A frustrated rock guitarist with a messianic complex, armed to the teeth, trying to screw everything in a skirt. I hate to tell you this, he sounds like every one of my friends in Austin. Okay.
Just a little further down the road.
Right.
In Wacko.
A little more frustrated, perhaps.
That's true. Well, as you can see, our lines are lit up here.
Let's take callers.
We're here with Bill Hicks, everybody out there.
I don't mean to be so talkative. I'm sorry, man.
Oh, well, you know. They've got tomorrow night to check you out live and in person.
I'm going to be forced by then.
Oh, man. Is there going to be any special appearances? I heard maybe Ruth Buzzy was coming out.
Well, I channel Ruth Buzzy for the older people.
Yeah.
You know me. I aim to please.
Exactly. You hit all those crowds.
I'm a performing monkey boy. You throw up a hoop, I'll jump through it.
Oh, boy. Well, y'all can see him jumping through hoops at the last stop tomorrow night. And smoking, I'm sure.
I do smoke, sorry. It's happened again.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'd talked to certain people that thought it was just part of you, Bill. So I'm sure
it must be.
Yeah.
I should have inquired with them. Who are these people?
Yeah. Well, they're just the people who buy the CDs. So
oh, okay.
That kind of stuff.
Well, I'm back.
Yeah. Well, let's take the phone calls. You're the first on the air with us tonight. What can we do for you?
Hello.
Hello.
Mr. Hicks. I got a couple questions. First of all, I caught your act on HBO.
Uh-huh.
The HBO special, and I was wondering, I know you're playing at the last stop tomorrow, and I was just wondering what type of venue do you normally play? Do you play the comedy stops, or do you do concert halls? Because I know a lot of your stuff is borderline. I'm not sure if you're, you know, for lack of a better term, like a social commentator or a comedian. Okay, and I was just wondering what you had to say about that, and if you were thinking about getting any kind of more deeply into your subjects as far as it, rather than just, like I say again, for lack of a better term, brushing them with a light brush, a light touch anyway, and I'll get off the line and listen.
Great questions. Very astute questions. I will tell you this, that in England, I play concert halls solely, and in America, I'm at the laugh stop. Does that explain anything to you? In England, something happened between me and the audience, and I'll tell you what happened was they aired things like that HBO special the gentleman just talked about, and other specials that I've done, unedited on their they have only 4 channels. So they aired it unedited at primetime TV. So consequently, the audience that saw it, a huge audience in the UK, they had a good portion of people see it and like exactly what I really do. It wasn't edited, it wasn't like going on TV here.